this isn't the most prettiest thing in the world, but it'll do for now. Hi and welcome back to another part of the sculpting series, where I continuously fail trying to make a person's foot. It's tough, okay? It's tough. So since last time I was recording, my other file actually got corrupted, so I had to remake the entire thing. Just the foot though, just the foot. I actually got a backup for the torso, so that was nice of the gods. They were nice to me. That it was a nice day that day. Corruption, but still got half of it left. So, in this part, I just fixing up the foot. Just fixing the corrupted file, changing all the, making sure all the muscles on my legs are right. Make sure the muscles make sure the legs in correct proportions. Everything's good and handy to go. Using grab tools to move the muscles around, and using a reference photo of a muscle builder to add in the muscle parts. And it's about this point that I realized about the different proportions of the muscles between each part of the body. The head for me was way too skinny, and the legs was a lot muscular than supposed to be. So what I decided to do is to get a reference of a muscle builder, and just look at analyze the face. So I made the face in the end a lot more muscular. So I had more muscles. I added a bit of stuff in the back. I don't know why. And I thought some cat whiskers would look pretty damn sweet on his face. Then yeah, this reaction is way quite soothing actually. He's like, why are you doing this to me? I don't deserve any of this. And before he knew it, he actually did. I don't like him. Your file corrupted. Well, anyways, let's move back to making the foot. So, getting a lot of reference photos on the side, just making sure everything's correct. I analyzed the base of the foot and just doing some quick muscle work around it. Skipping a bit ahead though, I started making the toes. Good old toes. So I made them out of metaballs, and then I just convert them into mesh by just hitting F12 for the search function, and just searching up convert mesh from a metaball. So that's pretty damn sweet. So I used I think I used 4 metaballs to create the large toe, and then what's it called? I forgot. But the large toe I just used 4 metaballs to create a large toe, just formatting in a rough shape. Then convert that into a mesh, then I just duplicate them all over the place. And for the last smaller toe, and the 4 smaller toes, I actually use Control L to link all those materials together. So when I sculpt on them, they transform alongside of it. So that just decreases my amount of work I do at the end. So yeah, I did the smaller toes first, then just moving up a bit, making sure the spacing is right. And it's about this point that I started to join everything together using Control R to remesh everything together. And for the small toes though, I actually found the remeshing tool really bad because it actually connects all the smaller toes together. So I didn't actually use the remesh tool at the end of it to connect the smaller toes, but it was good for the first toe as they connect everything together. I tried using masking to see if the Repology one, Control R, would decrease the effect on a big toe, but it didn't. I tried using the merge tool, what's it called, fill tool, yes, the fill tool within sculpting. So that's why I used, try to mesh everything together. If you're using the fill tool, make sure you have the dypol on, otherwise it doesn't really work that well. So if you have dypol on, I just use the fill tool, and just, as you see on screen right now, it just fills everything quite naturally in there. And you can just use the smoothing tool afterwards and just smooth everything out. It's quite handy really. One of the bad things about using the elastic deform tool is that, well, it deforms your mesh in elastic ways that you can't really control really. Sometimes you just miss it, like the foot right now, like the leg, like the lower leg. Yeah, it changed the proportion of the leg, and it just twisted it in a way. It basically turns your entire mesh into rubber, and sometimes that can be a really bad thing. And in the end, I struggled it quite a bit. So when using the elastic deform tool within Blender 2.81, which is now officially online, yeah, just be careful a bit. And this is just my final results for this part, and the next part I'm probably gonna be finishing adding more details on the muscle structure to the foot a bit and the entire body before moving on to the arms and the fingers. I remember within my last video I said I was gonna finish this yesterday. Yeah, but don't talk about that anymore. I was working on something else. Bye bye.